Bob Sweeney with the City of Juneau Cable Channel 991 with our 8th episode of the Juneau Garden. And today we're at the garden of Geraldine Bishoff. Her husband Pete has got our sign here, and I'm just very excited about showing you her garden. Hi Geraldine.
Hi. Glad you could make it to avoid the rain too.
Yes, let's get this mosquito off you here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, we're standing in front of weeds.
Yeah, they are actually weeds.
Stand in the picture, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Tell me the name. I forgot.
Those are milkweeds.
Yes, and we used to have to cut them out in the farm fields like mad. And when my brothers show up, they always say, "What the heck are you doing with those weeds out here?" So, but they're very beneficial for flowers and butterflies.
Which butterflies?
Monarchs.
Monarchs. How do monarchs use the milkweed, you know?
No, I don't. And they said hummingbirds too, that hummingbirds build their nest out of milkweed.
Oh, okay.
You know, the little teacups that they have, so I don't, but they are. And
So, have you seen monarchs?
Yeah. Last year we had a butterfly bush. It was beautiful. It was on the northeast corner. We lost it over the winter, and we had butterflies. You go out there and there was a dozen, 15 of them. It was really interesting to watch and amazing. So.
Okay, what do you have here?
This is a passion flower. It opens up and there's a center and it's purple. It's beautiful. They last about a day. From what I read, they're supposed to develop a fruit that you can actually eat, but I don't think I got that kind.
No, this is in a pot. Is this something you take in during the wintertime?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And it looks pretty, it does okay, but you know, I can't wait till spring comes and take it outside quick. And I got a grow light downstairs. I've been doing that the last year or two, which helps, but it's a challenge. And the rest is just basically bleeding heart, a rose bush. I don't like roses. They don't like me. I can't raise them. I try to do that there's always a color, a thing that's blossoming and changing. So they're all perennials, except I keep geraniums all winter long, and I make my own pots then in the springtime. And whatever I got, I don't buy too many extra things unless it's something that can't resist. So
what do we have in bloom right down here?
that is like a daisy. Those I bought.
And is this a perennial as well?
I'm hoping it might be. It's not, but I've already had them come back. It depends upon the winter and how it goes. And
they might reseed?
Nope, it'll just come from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
I got those at various places.
Okay, what are we going to take a look at now?
We'll go this way. We'll go south. These are just balloon flowers. There's blue ones out back and white ones.
Balloon flowers?
Yeah. And then they open up. There are they're called the rockets. Those big ones. There's one there and one there. They put up a big yellow plume. They like lots of moisture. This year is great, and they don't do real well in the heat. Mine do okay, but I've seen some other ones that are just beautiful. They're gigantic, and they'll fill up the whole space for you if you need it.
What's the name of that again?
Ligularius, or the rocket. It's called because of that plume that it puts up. So,
alrighty. Sure.
PG hydrangeas. It's a shrub. It's a hydrangea. They start out white. They turn pink. And by fall, they are reddish purple. You know, the fall colors. Then they've been they grow. I've trimmed. They're still growing though, but I love the changing of the colors. They do real good. And this is a smoke bush. It's there. It's okay. It turns too. They get fallish. After a while, they get more of a dry looking, and then these things actually turn more brownish for the fall. And I got some morning glories back there. Still be whatever comes up. It
varies from year to year, does it?
Yes, it does. These are hibiscus. They get the big, I think mine are pink or reddish. They're almost like a dinner plate, the flowers on them.
And they will bloom later on this year?
Yep. And then I have alums. They're the big puffball. They start out blue and white, and then they dry. I just got one left in there that's got seed in it, but I've cut them off. They look pretty shabby after a while. And they're big, tall ones. They're fully as big as these hollyhocks then when they grow, and they spread all over. You'll love them. If you want some, you can have some. This is a new one that I bought this year, and I don't know, I must have the tag in the house because I'm not sure what it is, but it's doing okay so far. This is my Brussels sprouts. Plus it's got some sunflowers in, it's got some hostas, it's got some 4 o'clocks, there's tomato plants back there. It's all fair game. When it gets too crowded I pull out, but otherwise I let everything grow, and this year is an excellent year for growing.
We've getting enough water, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. My strawberries, and I can't figure out why they're blooming again. It must be the rain, or because I had strawberries already and they aren't ever bearing. And then I got some, oh, these are whatever they are.
That's kind of the way I am too,
Yeah.
with names of flowers.
Yeah. This is a mock orange that was just loaded. They almost have the orange, you can smell the orange to it. I've had that a number of years, it's still growing. I have irises back there, they're yellow and purple. I have coneflowers. There's a spurge down there, and then these cranesbill, they're all over. And this one, I don't know what it is, but you got any ideas?
No, I'm afraid not. I know what a tomato plant looks like.
Okay, this is, I bought these last year, and it was at Shopko in Watertown, and it was ruby, and I'd have to look, see if I can find it in my book. My mother's name was Ruby, so I bought it because it was ruby, and there was one over there that was Charles, and I have a brother Charles. I thought, well, I'll start a family garden then.
What have you got behind here? This
These?
the thin leaves, thin tall leaves.
You mean on here?
Oh, here to the left, right behind the plant you're talking about. Right behind there.
I don't know. That's another one that I don't know. I'm waiting to see, and that's my yucca.
Yucca, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yucca.
These haven't bloomed. I dug those out, and I dug them out. I had them over there. If you want a challenge, dig out your yuccas. And they just keep multiplying. They're just, I got one that's blooming over on that side yet, but.
You think they need more sunlight?
Oh, they do. They multiply. It's just that it takes them, I think, 2-3 years before they actually blossom.
Okay, all right.
And they come. See, have hatched a couple of hatchings already this year, and they've done it for years. Up in that, and I think it's a honeysuckle, but I'm not sure. And it's just,
What have you got down here in the purple plants, the purple flowers?
they're speedwells, maybe.
I need to ask you because I have some flowers like that at home and I never remember what they are.
Yeah. I have to go in and look in my book again.
Okay.
Again, those are straw flowers, and they're all over. I don't know why. I had them up on that ledge, and you can see there's quite a few up there, and I got them all over now. The birds must have helped me last year. These are bee balm. Did you ever have those?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they're supposed, hummingbirds love them. They have, they smell. I like the smell of them. And there's different shades. I happen to have the reds, but you can see them in purple. This is a corbel in here.
Well, we sure picked the right time to come and see the bee balm.
Yeah. The hummers, I can watch the hummers out of them. And we got Jenny Wren up there, but then the hummers come in here and they swing on my clothesline. It's just kind of fun to watch them. So. Oh, and this is Wigelia. And this one I think is red,
Yep.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that one kind of goes towards the white. And this is a Rose of Sharon. This has got to be a dozen years old, and it has a late. They bloom late, but they're this shade. You can get those in different colors too. I got some other ones started, and I've actually broke off branches, stuck them in water, got them to root, and I'm reproducing my own Rose of Sharon once in a while, but it's kind of fun to do. This is basically some more hostas, different ones. These are my paper birch trees. The lady, Rita, I don't know if you remember Rita from the restaurant. She lived here. This is their wedding trees when they got married, her sister, so I inherited them. But this one is a new one that I bought this year. It's called Lophus, and it's been just blooming like mad. Water it, and I'm going to try and find some seeds or some way to keep some of it and see if I can get some more of those. These are turtle heads. They're deer resistant. Deer won't eat them. They're very late blooming. They actually form like a turtle head, and it's purplish. They're one of the last ones that bloom, and they spread all over too. They're interesting. So it's here.
Now, are these July bearing or are they ever bearing?
I got
Right.
both, but I
Okay.
can't tell the difference.
They're in the same bed?
Yep.
Okay.
And I had berries at the other place we lived, and then I'd moved some over here. Janice has got that big bed there, and I'd find them coming up all over, so I just...
The birds help out, right?
Yes. Clematises, I brought those from, and I don't know what's wrong with that one. It blooms, but it looks terrible. And they need to be divided. Next year's project. And this is the vegetable garden, most of it. I have a peach tree. I have dill.
Talk about your peach tree. You have some on there, huh?
Yeah, I'll show you. It was just, I never saw so many blossoms, and I had pruned it quite a bit. there's many dropping. The wind, it's just the branches are getting so heavy
Yeah.
that I have to prop it up with. I use step ladders, boards with a V cut in it, and this is the second one I have or had. The other one lasted maybe 5 years, but they're very, you don't have to do anything to them except plant them. It's just, they are self-pollinating. Peaches are good. They're not as big as what you buy in a store, but they're cling-free, taste good. It depends.
I've got a little peach tree that I planted 3 years ago, and it's got two peaches on it now. That's small.
Really?
Yeah.
This is, I think, my 3rd year, and I had peaches last year already too. Just, I get them from shop, and I always wanted to plant my own trees, but this is there's a hydrangea in there, my dill, zucchini, cantaloupe, spinach, and I try to plant so it's keep the weeds down, but it always gets real thick. I get and this year is just exceptional. I've been picking cucumbers and I'm getting some tomatoes. Got rhubarb, asparagus, tomatoes back there too, zucchini, spaghetti squash, whatever. It's just
You plant it nice and thick in order to keep the weeds down.
yeah.
You got some very large kohlrabi in there.
Yeah. Cossack, did you ever have them?
I don't think so. But they don't get woody when they get big?
Nope.
Cossack, you say?
Cossack,
Okay.
K-O-S-S-A-C-K, I think it is. And they, no kidding, they get like a volleyball. They're just, and there's purple and there's the white one, and they're just as juicy. They never get woody. And I got peppers. My husband likes hot peppers. I can't eat them, but they're in there. Also got garlic. I took out this side. They were pretty well dry, but I got more back there.
But you planted those in the fall?
Mm-hmm.
I have to do that. I've never planted garlic before. I want to do that this year.
Oh, and this is the end of my yucca. This is one of the yuccas. They get bigger. They're in front of the library, or the historical. I put a couple out there. These are Joe Pye. Joe Pye butterflies, birds, and they're a weed. They're enormous. I spend a lot of time chopping things off, and this is my magnolia. This is a white one. I had the pink saucer, but that meant a bad faith, but they're really interesting. Did you ever have one?
No.
The first thing that blooms pretty much in spring, not a leaf on it, and they got these beautiful white flowers on them.
They're more known as a southern plant, aren't they?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they've been adapted to,
Okay.
I've had them at the other house, and they're really neat. That's my willow. I had it in front of the house. It looked terrible, didn't do anything. Brought it back here, and it's going. An iris. Yeah, that's an iris. These are from the farm. Every year we pick blackberries out in the woods. My mother sold them. We had people that came in and picked their own, and they're terrible. They'll cut your arms up.
Oh, that way, yeah.
And I cut them all the way back last year. Henceforth, I don't have any berries this year.
Yeah, these are second-year canes, right?
Yeah, they came up, and I'm trying to train them. because everybody objects to getting cut when they go by with the lawnmower. So. This was 3 pine trees in here. One was back here. They got brown. This one back here was terrible, thinking these would green out and be better. They didn't do it. So we had them cut down, and they left us the trunks. They said you could goof around with those and do something, and I said, good idea. And I'd like to put like hops over the top, or kiwi or something, but we haven't got that far, but that's kind of down.
You always need a project, right?
Yeah, it's always changing too. It's just, in here I got, and this is good, another one of my fun gardens. There's the one that I said was so big. Do you have any idea what that?
It does have leaves like zucchini, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I'm sure that's what these are. They look like what it was last year, but what that cross with, I don't have any idea. Anyway, I thought it came from the Garden of Eden. And I've started blueberries again. There's one.
Now, with your blueberries, do you add...
yeah, test the soil for acidity.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I haven't done these yet because this was all pine cones.
Pine needles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that they look good. I picked a few off of here, but they this is the last year I plant those babies. I think this is maybe about the 4th time, and I saw them out by my brother's place in Maine, and they were just beautiful.
The soil here might be too heavy for them, do you think?
Well, I talked to the guys that cut down these trees, and they said this would be your best shot and see how it goes. So I'm trying. We'll see what happens. But and I love blueberries; they're so good for you too. And this again is just lilies. I got one beautiful lily over there. Don't ask me where that came from. I don't remember planting it, but and the cablemen were here, and they're supposed to be burying our cable, but they haven't showed up yet either. So, and this is basically, I don't know what those things are. Do you? I think they're daisies.
I know what tomato plants look like.
Yeah, I know. This is basil. This is my rhubarb. I got rhubarb stuck in various places too. Coreopsis, the white one. Jacob's ladder, I guess. Cranberry bush. That's beautiful. It was up there, and it just took the whole, it was so big. So the last time the guys were here, I asked if they'd help move it. It died back quite a bit, but it's coming again now. And it gets little red berries on it, and there are Highland cranberries, and I guess you can eat them, but the birds like them. So,
And we have an apple tree that's getting chewed up by the bugs.
yeah.
You know the variety?
Fuji and Honeycrisp.
Oh, okay.
Again, these are my sunflowers. This is another rose of Sharon. I'm not sure what's happening here, that they are falling off, but this one's the 2nd year now. So what's going on, I'm not, we'll see what happens. Pine cones, Sweet William, yeah, they're an old flower. And there's a butterfly bush, that orange one down there. And there, They're supposed to be excellent for butterflies too. And then these are all scabiosis, I think, or batch, some kind of button. But that, it brings some butterflies too, and it comes all summer. It'll go all till fall, and it comes up all over too. So I just keep, there's some in there, pulling it out and try to give it all an equal chance. I have lupines. Do you know what they are? I don't have any here right now. That's my hibiscus. It's an indoor one. Spending some time out here. These are lupines. They come up. They're one of their first blooms. They have the long. There's some over there. I'll show them. They're different color. They tend to get moldy. I chop them off. They come back. They bloom the second time, but they're not as big. But they come back and they reseed themselves. And some more Joe Pye, Lady's Mantle, Candy Tuft. I got some mystery weeds over here. I'm not sure. I had Marianne come in because she gave me some strawberry spinach from a guy on E that is almost organic. He gardens and he sells to eating places in Milwaukee, and I thought they were that, but now I've got little purple flowers on it. She didn't have a clue. I don't have a clue, but we'll see what happens. Okay, there's a lupine, that scrawny looking purple one, but they come up in all different colors. They're early. As soon as my hyacinths get done blooming, up come the lupines. And they, again, I have to pull out. There's some pink ones over there, but they're getting those plumes get this long. And I saw one at Shopko that was purple and yellow, but I controlled my impulse. I didn't buy it. It was, oh, it's gorgeous. This I bought a cheap package of seeds. Old-time favorites it was. And I can't believe all the flowers. And this is the second or third year of it. And it's just, I pull things out by the handfuls again. These are, it's called Love in the Mist. They bloom, I gotta find one for you. Oh, don't trip. They bloom like this, and then they set a bulb, and it's dried, and you can use them for flower arrangements. Oh, here. These are, and this gets real dried. The seeds are in there, and you can make a wreath out of them. I don't, but you can. And they just grow, they pull very easily. That's their only salvation. Here. These are cleomes. They're a late bloomer too, or they call them cat whiskers. They're actually pricky, and I can't see one there, but they'll get real high yet, and they're different colors. They're one of the last ones that bloom too. Here's a new butterfly bush. Here's some more of that orange one that is in there. Lilies. There's another balloon flower. And this is where my other butterfly bush was last year. And that's the second time we planted there. I don't know if it gets too cold for it or what. I'm not sure what happens to it. So we got a miniature one and stuck it in down for there to see if we can keep it going. And my sunflowers, they're amazing. These are my still bees. I found a couple other ones. I want to get them all moved over here because they do exceptionally well on. They don't like the hot sun. This is the north side. This is Edelweiss from the Sound of Music. I bought this from Roger Stiglitz's. He had the dime store in Juneau before your time. Probably. My kids were all little. And this is usually full, and it gets a real frail looking white flower. And I'm not sure what happened, but I got a couple left. That's a different Astilbe, it's different color. I got a white one out there that looks kind of, but as soon as I get around to moving it, it's coming over on this side. These are more lupines. I think that's about. I got some coreopsis in there, some weeds. I can't figure out what's happening. How come we got all these? But we'll work on those tomorrow when you come back. These are another thing. They're like Queen Anne's lace.
Yeah, they are.
But it's not the queen. It's a weed. And I dug some of these out because they just keep coming up. And they had like a carrot underneath for a root.
You sure it's not Queen Anne's lace?
I guess there's the real Queen's Anne lace, and this is variation that you see on the roadsides and stuff like that. I'm not real sure, but and I like the bird nest effect out of it.
Now go take a look. You have your tomatoes supported somehow. What do you have them supported with?
Cages.
Just regular, just tomato cages that you buy at the store?
Yeah. And then I've trimmed off some of the tops. I'm going to take some more off. There's just too much. And I said, I'm not going to put those cages out. And I was overruled. That's it. And that's the garlic again. And the top hearts, those are pretty, they're called scabs, I think. And those are supposed to be like, if you get a pound of them, they sell those for 8-9 pounds. You take the top off, and then the garlic's supposed to come. Well, I don't take the top off, and I still get garlic, so I don't know. That's a Virginia. That's a flower too, and it stays green. Look, I got one over there, and it can be snow on it, and it's green. It looks just. And in spring, there's some that dies back, I pick out, and it comes back and it puts up a plume. That's not beautiful, but it just amazes me that it can stay that green, and the rabbits don't eat it. I don't know. But then I got kale and celery, and my kale, I don't know what happened to this, but there's different kinds. I make a lot of soup during the winter, so I cut this up and chop it all up, freeze it with my chives and for my soup, and it's like a cabbage. I don't do cabbage or cauliflower or broccoli. It all depends upon the weather with that. It's just too work intensive. And half the time it doesn't turn out because the bugs get it or not enough rain. But I have eggplant, spaghetti squash, regular squash, lettuce that comes up by itself. This was all just covered one year with lettuce, and it comes up by itself. It's seeding it. It's not very good anymore, but It's beautiful lettuce, really. And I gotta show you this. I sent my husband out to plant pea pods, and he planted them right behind here. And I could never, so one day I was weeding out, I found the pea pod, one. And I got a pea pod on it now. Right there, look at that. Now that's very productive. And this is it's a Pasque, P-A-S-Q-U-E, I think. It's the wildflower from Nebraska, the state flower. It comes up, it's one of the first ones. There's snow on the ground and that's peeking out. It gets a blossom, and then again it's real unusual this year. I don't know why it's blooming this late the second time. And then it gets a puffball on top of it. One of my favorite stories about that one, my neighbor lady had it on Center Street, and it was gorgeous. And I said to her, "What's the name of that flower? Where'd you get that from?" "Oh, I saw it." And I said, "What is it?" And she said, "It's a purple flower. Can't you see it?" Yeah. So whenever I see that, I think of her. So, and I think that's about it. There's things like, I don't know what that pretty green leaf is, but I let it grow. So, and these are all the garlic again. These were real little ones. And they said this is a real delicacy, that they take the tops off, chop them up, fry them. They're good with steaks. They're just mushrooms. I just let them go to seed again, so. And I'll give you a bunch of those if you want them. I think that's it.
Well, I really enjoyed this little tour, and I'm sure the viewers will as well.